What's up, Cowboys fans? G. Elliott here, letting you know my memorabilia collection is available on Fanatics.com. Check it out.
Yo, 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 yo. We are in the building, baby. Pre-game show for that cheese pack today, as Des Bryant would so eloquently pat.
That cheese pack, smoking on that cheese pack today. What's up?
Smoking on that cheese pack, baby. If you smoking on that cheese pack today, we need y'all to tap in. It's the pregame with Bob and BG on the Build Different group. We're live in 4 different locations. So shout out to Fanatics. We appreciate that commercial info there. If you didn't know, we are affiliated with the Fanatics here. We just had a winner win an autograph helmet today. We'll talk more about that. But shout out to everybody on all the platforms. We're live on Facebook in 3 different locations. That's on BDG, in OAT, and the Cowboy Cousins supporters group. We're also live on LinkedIn, where all the professionals hang out. So shout out to my girl Shamika Mallory over there. Shout out to all of the veterans on LinkedIn. Shout out to my man Kobe. He's a Bronco fan, but he hangs out over there. So shout out to everybody on LinkedIn. And we're live on Twitter. You know, that new platform that Elon Musk just bought up. So yeah, we're live on all 4 locations, baby. It's the pregame show. Tap in with Bob and BG. So y'all tap in with your boys.
Yo, if y'all on that Twitter, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Well, you're going to get sent. You're going to get sent.
They said everybody going to be able to get blue checks for like $8, man.
Well, then what's a blue check worth if you can buy it?
I don't know, man, but we got a special guest in here chiming in with us here too today. As always, we got Eric B joining us down there in Florida, baby.
What's good, fellas? What's good? Ready for some Cowboys football, man? After the bye week, here we go.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that, baby. The keys to victory here today. So if you're tapping in for the first time, make sure you leave us a comment and let us know where you are watching from. We do have some merchandise up from Fanatics today. I told you I'm affiliated, baby. It's cold out there, so I got this set of gloves and this scarf for the top star giver here today. Our star goal here today is 3,000 stars. So we reach our goal, 3,000 stars. Top star giver is going to walk away with this Dallas Cowboys scarf and mittens because it's cold out there in Green Bay. Did y'all see the weather report today?
30.
Yeah, 30. I was going to say it was cold. It was about, I woke up a couple days ago. It was about 13 degrees here in Denver. But yeah, it's a little chilly out there, and it's not quite the old school snowfall, frozen tundra. Thankfully, we've got, you know, we don't have a late game with them, thankfully. But yeah, that's a good thing, man. It's cool. It's perfect football weather. It's the time everybody should be out throwing the ball before the game with their family and their friends. It's the kind of weather for that right now.
Let's go.
What's the weather like out there in Florida, Eric B? You look like you in a t-shirt, dog.
68 degrees. Yeah, I'm chilling in the back, you know.
Oh, man, eat your heart out. I think it's like 40 something here. At least it's sunny and not raining. But
correct.
However, we are in the cold months of November. So shout out to all of my veterans that are watching here today.
Yes.
You know, we just celebrated Veterans Day. The NFL is on its Salute the Service campaign currently. So if you didn't see that banner, check it out right down there below. We had a very own veteran of ours, an Army retired veteran, James Wright, a.k.a. Soup Man, was selected as NFL Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year, and he's currently in Green Bay today. So shout out to all of our veterans. Shout out to James Wright. If you haven't done so already, I'm going to grab that link while I got Eric B and Bob here. I'm going to place it in the comments. Make sure you go vote again for James Wright, because if he wins, he gets to go to the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl 57 out there where Kyler Murray is waiting on him in study hall, studying his playbook. So let's get James Wright out there in study hall with Kyler Murray, y'all.
The land of the
that's
free.
pretty amazing. Pretty amazing that he got put out there like that, man. That's great.
I'm happy that they finally got it right. You know, they picked some of these fans I've never seen before. You know, quite frankly, they're not boots on ground. Now, we don't want to take anything away from anybody who's a fan that's not boots on ground. But I believe the Cowboys got it out of the mud, essentially, and they got it right this time because James has been out there in the trenches since about 16, 17 that I've known of.
Yeah, I think we've got, you know, since Official America's Team is pretty much the hub. If you folks aren't part of Official America's Team, you're a Cowboys fan, go over there and join. That is the official link for all the other Dallas Cowboy fan clubs. And it's also a link to these folks that we're talking about. You know, these guys that have been in just basically the unofficial sponsor of home Dallas Cowboy games, and even, you know, traveling with the team, you know, Greg Wilson, the wrecking ball guy. Like we're connected with all those dudes, and they are always being, you know, shown on TV during the games and stuff. I don't see a lot of other fan bases with like 6, 7, 8 very prominent mascots out in the stands like the Cowboys have. So it's pretty badass.
Definitely. So we're going to get into the keys to victory here today. So if you're tapping in, we're on the pregame show. We got Eric B, we got Bob, and myself, BG, bunch of B's here today. As we've got Green Bay on the schedule. So shout out to all of the Green Badges out of here. Y'all tap in and get it going. Let's get the audience going. Remember, I've got a fall goal of 3,000 stars here today. I've got this Cowboys cool-ass scarf and mittens from Fanatics. If you've seen the commercial opening up with Ezekiel Elliott there, we are Fanatics affiliated.
Fanatics, they got a lot of my money.
I love it. The scarf and the mittens.
Yeah, it's cold out there, man. Right about now, I think you said what's the weather report out there in Green Bay?
30 degrees,
30,
but nice.
Yeah.
Below freezing. So yeah, it's cold. It's gonna be a perfect day. Looks like to run the damn ball, right?
Oh God, man! You know it's gonna be a Pollardicious day. It's always good to see. I get real happy. I don't get happy when I hear Zeke is out, but when I know that Pollard is going to be part of the game plan, I get happy because he's unexpected. He's lightning. He's got a lot of electricity to his ass. So to see this guy on the field, no matter where they do, which by the way, I'm dying to see this guy line up in the slot or something crazy like that. Even if it's a decoy, it'll be fun because he needs some attention. But yeah, we'll be without Zeke. We got Pollard rolling today, which I think Pollard should have a field day, man. I think really he should go for over 100. I don't want to make that.
If you ain't got Pollard in your starting lineup as a fantasy football player, what do you call yourself?
You must call yourself without Pollard because if you've got him, he's in, and he should have been in since day one when you got him because I drafted his ass.
Exactly. Let's take a look at this inactive list. This is from DallasCowboys.com. This is Week 10, right? Week 10 injury report, and it looks like Ezekiel Elliott still a game time questionable, but more on the out. We've heard possibly it's going to be a game time decision here. We should get some official news from.
He's officially inactive. I saw it before it came out. Officially
first source, Ezekiel Elliott's not going to, you know how it goes. So
yeah,
Anthony Barr is listed as out. A bunch of other folks unspecified, as you see: Parsons, Schultz, Gallup, Hooker, Elliott's on that list. Turpin, even Sam Williams, who was out the last game, appears to be coming back this game. So here's your inactive report here from DallasCowboys.com. Tony Pollard looked like they say what's Tony Pollard say? If they call it, he gonna haul it.
Mm-hmm. And
Looks
haul
like
it, he will. He hauls ass, man. I love that kid.
Yeah, he's got
doing
juice.
Great things.
He's got mad juice with the best of them.
It's not cool to see some of these names on here, specifically a Malik Hooker. Obviously, Micah. These are unspecified, which also means that they're probably just BS. It's also blowing smoke. It's a bit of a chess game before the actual start of a game to see if people are going to scramble and fix up their game plans based on our injury reports. But Noah Brown not doing well. It would be bad if he wasn't playing. If he wasn't 100%, which he probably doesn't look like he is. There's a couple there. Gallup. Gallup is still a little. I think he's still feeling some strain in that knee, but he's doing good, man. He's still got good hands. So I think once that comes together here in the next month or so, we're going to be good.
Is Washington on that list? The wide receiver, is he going to play or is he inactive?
Good question. It doesn't look like he appears to be on this list.
Okay.
He might still be on IR.
He probably quit. He probably just turned his stuff in because everybody been talking about OBJ, and this guy's like, man, I've been signed here, and the whole year I ain't even came in, and y'all already want OBJ. Like, damn, he probably packed up his bag and walked out the stars.
Oh shoot!
I want to speak on that real quick if you'll let me. Now, it's just some quick mathematics here, ladies and gentlemen. The Dallas Cowboys currently have, I think, between $6 and $9 million in cap room right now. But after all the tiny rinky-dink moves we made here and there, even with restructuring and stuff like that, as far as how much we think Odell is going to make, I think we heard a report somewhere this morning in the area of about 15 to 20 million a year. Now, if we have 6 and he wants 15 or 20, I want you to let me know how that works out for us to get this guy, especially if he wants a 3-year deal, because he doesn't want to sign a 1-year deal with anybody. He wants to go somewhere where he can, quote unquote, get a house and hang his hat and all that good stuff. So, even though he is a game changer and can change a game and can make amazing catches here and there, I don't think he's worth the same price tag we were giving Amari Cooper, who we cut because that price tag was too big. So I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening, y'all. I think maybe we should embrace what we have right now and realize Jerry Jones is going to talk so that you talk and click. And if you talked and you clicked 100 times since you heard OBJ's name, then you fell for it. The same sandwich gets dangled every year in front of us with just a different name. So I don't think we can afford OBJ. As cool it was a beat to have that guy in our squad, I just don't think it would happen. We need James Washington back off the injured reserve and healthy. He's been practicing, so he's off injured reserve.
Eric B, can you smell that?
No, but I'm about to.
Smell like a bunch of OBJ smoke from Jerry Jones. I've been trying to tell y'all from the jump. We're not finna sign no OBJ. We got to get through Green Bay first before we can even get to OBJ. And like I said, James Washington probably done packed his bags and then left out the star and said, "What about me?" So
or even Noah Brown.
Yeah, even Noah Brown, exactly. Like some of these, even Tolbert, some of these other guys, we're gonna see today. But let's take a look at this Packers offense. We're up on Stat Muse here. Let me share this right quick. I want to take a look at this Packers offense and this Packers team today so we can see what we're up against.
Okay. Some numbers. We got some numbers here. Numbers are cool.
Yeah, this is the 27th ranked worst offense in the league.
You got some analytics, PG.
In case you didn't know, Aaron Rodgers done got switched up about 5 times in a row. The Dallas Cowboys are in line to hand the Cheeseheads a 6th L in a row. Can you imagine that with Aaron Rodgers' team up in Green Bay on the verge of a 6-game losing skid?
Do you have the Stat Muse card for the Cowboys? Can we put that up side by side? Is that what?
We're going to pull that up. I wanted to share my keys to victory is all.
Do it.
It's going to can the Dallas Cowboys stop this run? Believe it or not, even though they're the 27th ranked offense, they're still averaging about 120 yards rushing. That's all the offense they have. Rodgers has a no-name receiver core other than some guy named Lizard or something like that. It's not the Gecko Lizard, but he ran Adams out of town. And he essentially has been having problems with this receiving core. So will this Jones guy get off? Dallas Cowboys defense is going to have to. It's no secret. We've been talking about this. We get gashed on the run. Today is the day they got to go into frozen tundra where it's so cold and just shut down this offensive completely.
Today is, let's see, this would be officially 1, 2. Let's call it the 3rd week. Let's call it 2.5. 2.5 weeks now. Our big boy Hankerson here in the middle has had to acclimate to this team. Now, I believe this the last time or the first time he played for us after we signed him, the running backs were only averaging 3 yards per carry when he was in. They were doing better when he was out. I think him, no matter who they decided to run, whether it was a healthy Aaron Jones or not, I think having him today in concert with Basham and some of these other guys that are also becoming healthy, that are part of this defensive line rotation, I think we're gonna start seeing those average run against us numbers drop a little bit. I'm not gonna say we're gonna start killing a run, but I think we're gonna get a couple games where we're gonna stuff it, and people are gonna have to start saying,
"Can we hold Green Bay under 100 yards rushing?" I think that'll be the key. They're averaging about 120 yards. I think a good place to start would be let's hold a team under 100 rushing yards. Last game against Chicago, they had 98, 99 yards in the first half.
Yeah. That's what they're going to do, too. Green Bay's going to try to run it. They lost Romeo Dobbs, their rookie. They got another rookie, and they got Lizard. And, they don't have much. So they're going to lean on Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. So we got to be able to see if that defensive tackle we picked up, Hankerson, it's going to be acclimated. We should be able to stack them up a little bit. We should.
This is interesting. These numbers are very similar to what you just threw up for Green Bay, other than passing yards, which are obviously bigger than for Green Bay than they are for us. But that's pretty crazy.
That, can we hold Green Bay under 20 points? This Dallas Cowboys defense has done a spectacular job on the defensive end without being able to stop the run, believe it or not. We're still getting ran on, but we're still holding teams to point margins. And I think with the Dallas Cowboys defense today, hasn't it seemed like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have had the Dallas Cowboys numbers forever?
Yeah, I think I just saw a clip. Some of these folks that we don't love, Skip. Someone said something. He rattled off what he's done to us since he got in the league. I think he skipped his first game because he didn't start that one. But since he's been a starter, he's wrecked our house a lot, whether it be at home or not. He's had Dallas's number most of the time.
Yep. And as a reminder, thank you, Bruno De Silva, with the 10,000 stars. We got 1,000 stars rather, a 3,000 star goal here today. I've got this cool Foco gloves, mittens, and scarf for you at the next Cowboys game. That's what's up for grabs today, because we all know Dez caught it, and we think Green Bay is going to catch their 6th L again in a row today. We've got to come in. A lot of folks have been saying it's a trap game. There's been a lot of talk. Everybody still wants to give a Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers team the edge, even though Vegas didn't. But the media, if you listen to him, like Bart Scott, he'll tell you that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. So you got to watch out to who you're following out there, and make sure you tap in here today, because we're talking about the keys to victory. So the first thing is we got to hold them under 100 yards. We got to stop the run. What do you guys?
Stop everything. Yeah,
what do you
100%.
Guys, yeah,
Go ahead, B.
That's right. Stop the run for sure. I think we're going to outscore them. First of all, our offense should be humming coming out of the bye week. Dak Prescott's getting healthier. Don't forget that he's coming as only as third game started all year. They had a week to practice. Rhythm, timing is everything with the receivers. Gallup's getting healthier. Those cuts are probably getting cleaner. And we should be able to score more than they can score. And our defense should be able to hold them down. We stop that run, like you said. I think we should just be able to score more than they can. And we should be able to – we should win. I don't know if we're going to whoop them up because it's NFL and it's in Green Bay and it is stupid Aaron Rodgers. But we should beat them and put their ass 6-game losing streak, and we should continue to win. And that's – I don't know. It's nothing magic about it. I just think we're going to win. We're a better team.
Well, Vegas has got us at a 4.5-point favor, it looks like, on the road as such. I mean,
That's
I've called
fucked
my score predictions of 28-14. I still believe we hold Aaron Rodgers under 20 points. This offense is sputtering on the passing side. We shut down this run game. Really, it's going to be, can we blank them? That might be the case. Can we blank them today as a defense to make a statement in the Tundra? We got Mike McCarthy, who actually won a Super Bowl with Green Bay in AT&T Stadium. You believe that or not?
That's right. Fun little fact.
Old news, but think about it. Mike McCarthy has some iron, to sharpen here, going back up to the frozen tundra. He's going to see his old spouse in the old house, baby. I think this defense breaks out a big bag of domestic violence on Aaron Rodgers, if you know what I'm saying.
That was when it came my turn, which I just jumped in and said it was, I 100% agree. I think today is going to be one of those games where you see Aaron Rodgers terrified, where you see Aaron Rodgers on his back a lot and pissed off and yelling at his receivers and people for not blocking for him. I understand they have a pretty good line, but like I said, either Bakhtiari is hurting or he's out. There's guys on that team that are important that aren't there. And I just think our defense is going to feast today. I think Parsons and our defensive line are going to do stupid things to the Green Bay Packers. Do I think it's going to be 50-2? No. But I do think that at the very least we should score at least 2 touchdowns by air, maybe 2 by land, and get a 2-touchdown lead on these fools.
Special teams, B. All 3 phases. That's my call. That's it.
That'd be good. That'd be good to see Turpin do something. But yeah,
all 3 phases.
Speaking of special teams, big shout out to our guy Bruno De Silva here. We're going to get to that because y'all know my keys to victory has always been the referees or the second opponent. But before we get to that, I want to say congratulations to Bruno. If y'all didn't know, Helmets and Hat for BG just kicked off in our supporter group. And a big congratulations. If you've seen the Fanatics commercial come in with Ezekiel Elliott sign in there, y'all know BG is affiliated, baby. I got the plug. If you didn't know, I got a couple plugs. So shout out to my guy, Bruno De Silva. He actually won this helmet with CeeDee Lamb's autograph on this.
Damn.
Here today. So congratulations, Bruno, for getting involved. If you want to know what that's all about, all you got to do is hit that green badge, become a supporter today. I'm looking for 3 more new supporters today 3 new supporters. We're going to close this out. You'll get a chance to win what's in this bag. But also, my guy won this helmet today. There was 10 people up on this raffle, and Bruno won it. But as we get to Bruno's comment, congratulations, Bruno, on that. Yeah, the referees are the second opponent, y'all. I mean, we've seen Micah getting held every time. We can't expect them to call it. They're not going to call it every time because a lot of people, quite frankly, get held on every play at every NFL game.
Yeah, that's something we do. We do need to come to grips with that too. I think it really is just it's a simple fact that he's such a superstar is what's going to we just basically say every time he lines up, he's going to beat that guy across from him. That's not the case. It doesn't happen all the time. But when he doesn't make it, I think we're real quick to be like, holding, when in fact he just didn't do what he needed to do on that play, and the other guy beat him. There are at least I've seen at least 5 to 7 blaring holding calls on him that haven't been called, but it's not every damn time, I don't think.
Well, I believe Micah gets to him at least a couple of times. Micah is still the leader in sacks in the NFL. Well, he was coming into this week. We'll have to tally those stats here. We'll take a look at that at halftime to see where he's tracking. And then we'll take a look at those numbers after the game, the matchup, all the rest of everything going on this week in the NFL. So, but that defense, yeah, I think you're right. I think Karen is going to be crying today. I think that's going to be the theme. Karen going to be crying today in the Frozen Tundra because I think Micah Parsons, Tank Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, I believe our secondary, even Anthony Brown's licking his chops. I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw 3 picks against the Detroit Lions last game. Can you imagine what's going through Aaron Rodgers' head today as he's facing this stout Dallas Cowboy, or should I say, like Michael Irvin says, 5-finger licking good defense?
That's right. Oh, man.
All 3 phases. That's I really like to see that. I say it a lot. And it's all, when you get the offense homing, the defense balling, and that special teams unit getting their, the hidden yardage and the punt returns, a punt block, or a field goal tip, like little things like that. And that's when, like it was 2 weeks, man, everything just was clicking. All 3 phases, and you will go and you will win every game that you win on all 3 phases.
Definitely going to be important. We may see a, big explosive today from this special teams unit, and that would be great because if we can continue to play complementary football, at least on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball, we know that a Kavonte Kirby, we know that a Brett Mahar is going to get their money eventually. You know what I mean? So make sure you make your adjustments. Dallas was on the bye last week. Make sure if you haven't already for fantasy football, you get your Dallas Cowboy players in the lineups. We already posted the inactives. It looks like Barr is the only one out. Ezekiel Elliott, a game time decision, more likely going to be out. So the question is this: how many yards is Tony Pollard going to rush for when they call it today? How many yards is he going to haul it for?
101.
101. All right. I'm saying 125.
125 or 100 yards. Very, very doable, especially in this offense. Without an Ezekiel Elliott, we may see a little bit more Malik Davis. I believe they signed somebody else on the depth of the running back. I can't remember that guy's name, but I think they just brought him up on from the practice squad in the event that Zeke is going to be out. It looks like more so that's going to be the case if they brought him up. I can't remember his name. But, I mean, running the damn ball. Pollard, we're going to see, can he hold it down by himself? We've seen the duo of Pollard and Zeke against the Chicago Bears, and it was a success. Can Tony Pollard run the whole game? We're going to see, can he block? Can he run? Is he going to be able to carry this whole load? That's going to be the Ezekiel Elliott out. I'm curious to see. But make sure you get him in your line.
Malik Davis pretty good, too, as a backup coming out of the UF, and he's capable of spelling Pollard. Pollard only had 15 carries last game, and he had 3 touchdowns. He's so juiced. He's so explosive. He's turbo. He's nitrous. So you give him 15 carries, give Malik Davis 10 carries, we're good, man.
Yep, no doubt. I imagine he'll probably get somewhere around 30 yards receiving too.
Definitely good. He's definitely, we heard, remember back in training camp, we were going to see more Tony Pollard in the slot. Remember when we were trying to figure out who's going to be this third receiver in this lineup? We got CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 1. Now we got Michael Gallup back. Is Dak going to go off? Now, the other thing, the X factor here, literally, like we talk about Dez Bryant, the X factor is going to be today on Kellen Moore. Are they going to go run heavy in this weather, in this climate, or is Dak going to be dropping back trying to throw the ball too as well? Something we're going to have to pay attention to in this first half.
Dalton Schultz could be the X factor. He could be the man. He got 7 catches last game. He's getting back healthy after that his knee injury all year. So they haven't even connected much at all this year between the thumb and Dalton and the knee. They've had only 1 or 2 good games together, and that's like the best connection Dak has is with Dalton Schultz.
Yep. If you're just tapping in, do me a favor, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We got 10,000 stars or 1,000 stars on the board. I'm sorry. Help me reach my goal of 3,000. Congratulations. Thank you, Bruno. I got your 1,000 stars. We need 2,000 more stars. This is a scarf and glove set straight from Fanatics. If you've seen the commercial coming in with Ezekiel Elliott, y'all know BG is affiliated, baby. So it is that real. Make sure you dig in your pockets and get those stars. Help me reach that star goal here today. Hey, Prototype, how you doing? Appreciate you tapping in.
Yeah, Prototype, that store she's got rolling, pretty sweet. Some pretty cool ass shit I saw in there, man. I get jealous.
Yeah, Prototype Assignment. She's got some really great gear over there. She's got some cloth. It looks like her and her grandmother, who's a Cowboys fan, also have been making some really neat stuff. So make sure you jump over to Prototype Consignments if you're watching here today and check out those neat Cowboys merchandise that she's got over there, along with her hat. She got some really cool hats over there too as well. So shout out to Prototype.
As everybody ducks.
I literally had something in my eyes, but yeah, this is old school. This is Reebok, baby. This is going way back.
Okay.
Way back, bro.
Yeah, but we talked about the keys. We got to stop this run. I think that's going to be number one. Can we hold a team to under 100 yards rushing today? Dallas Cowboys has got that on the menu. I believe that can happen. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we blank Aaron Rodgers at home today. Boy, wouldn't that be something to talk about? Handing Aaron Rodgers his 6th L and not letting him get any points on the board. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, Dan Quinn has challenged this defense to become a top 0.1% defense in this league. How will they respond today?
They will. Hey, let me tell you this. So far, from what I know, at least from what we know as a public, everything he has asked of them, they have done plus. So, dude, they play for Dan Quinn. This is one of the things that we don't want to talk about just yet because it's terrifying. The possibility of him not being with our squad after this season is huge because he is so intelligent. But if we hire him as a head coach, it wouldn't really matter. Anyway, they're going to play for him. They play tough for Coach Quinn. So I think today, if they ask, if whatever he asks, this defense is going to play and do for him.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially everybody chomping at the bit, just flying around, playing football, having fun. They're going to have to be careful, though. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. So my biggest focus is going to be on Trayvon Diggs and the gambler. Is Trayvon going to gamble big time today? Is this defense going to get a pick or two against Aaron Rodgers? We know the sacks are going to cometh. But, after last week, uncharacteristically, like I shared, Aaron Rodgers threw 3 picks against Detroit. I mean, some of them passes looked like he was just out there like he didn't really care. Then he got up on the podium and said afterward, well, we're down. We're going to see who's really got our back, and we're going to have to fight our way out of this and see what they're
5 in a row. Man, let's make it 6 and just kick them to the curb while they're down, and us just keep going up. That's what let's go.
And you seen Micah Parsons' comments out there, too. Says, what do you do when you see a roach? Do you let it run around still? Do you squash it?
I love it. I didn't hear that.
I've had roaches before. I don't have roaches now, but I understand exactly what he's saying. When I find a roach, I'm squashing that bit right on top. So that's what the Dallas Cowboys need to do in this first quarter is come out with a fresh can of Raid. And them Green Bay Packers better be saying, Raid.
Tanya, Dan Quinn for the win. That's right. I'm reading the comments. It's hard to see, but I like to read them.
Yeah, coming in there.
Hell yeah, man. Defense is going to have a field day today. But honestly, man, if we're not talking about this, I would really love to see CD and Gallup have a stupid day against a depleted Green Bay Packers secondary and do the things that we expect CD to do as a first wide receiver that I don't really fully think he's fallen into. I don't think any of us think he's fallen into that yet, but Gallup is a number 2, number 1 wide receiver. It just, coming off an injury, man, he's trying not to push himself, I don't think. So, I don't know. I think his receivers need to show up today.
I mean, before the evolution of Dalton Schultz, when Dak Prescott had Amari Cooper, I don't want to bring up bad, old news here, but
We're gonna bring up shit.
That was his true number wide receiver one. And I believe when the Dallas Cowboys let Cooper go, they seen that opportunity with Lamb, and they seen that with Gallup, and I believe that's why they re-signed him hurt too. Does Dak Prescott actually need a wide receiver one, especially when it comes to his safety blanket, as you alluded to in Dalton Schultz, who's in the lineup today?
He's healthy.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. We might not need him. That's a good thing. And if we're running so damn hard, we might not have to worry about these guys getting double-digit receptions. It's a good thing. It's a good problem to have when we got our line is pretty strong. The question that I have for us moving forward is what's going to happen when Tyron Smith comes back? Are we going to make Tyler Smith go somewhere else?
He was working out today. Did you see Mike Fisher's report? He was working out on the side. He was up he had the resistant bands on, and he was working out. So he's practicing. That doesn't mean that they're saying it's in December. But
that's a problem, man. If we, I'm a big fan of continuity, and we got something going on with this offensive line. And I think to break it up, just to bring back Tyron Smith full-time as a tackle. God, man.
Him and Jason Peters, you got 2 All-Pro Hall of Famers on the bench. Perfect. Just in case for the playoff push.
We're going to see what this offensive line does today. I'm going to be very, very interested in seeing how we come out, because how we come out essentially is going to say, it's going to set the tone. As this leadership, I talked about this on Veterans Day, is Mike McCarthy, is Dan Quinn, is Kellen Moore as the leaders of these men going into battle in the frozen tundra. Are they going to have an effective game plan to win the battle on the battlefield? And are we going to get out in the trenches early and pop somebody in the mouth? I hate playing from behind. Y'all know I've seen it time and time before. What happens when we get against Aaron Rodgers? We always seem to be coming from behind. I allow that game in 16 that, it's a bad man. I don't want to bring up bad news, but today, Cowboys, you got to come out in this first quarter. This is how we stomp this roach and put it to rest.
Amen.
Yeah, no more playing down, man. I think we played down to our opposition too many times, man. That's a bad thing.
Well, we've had a rough start. We didn't have our QB and stuff. I think we're trending up. We're trending upward, and that's a good thing. And now we just got to come out and prove it, because we finished before the bye week with a nice win, and now it's just got to keep on going with that. All three phases.
And in other NFC East news, you got Houston. You got New York Giants out of NFC East over Houston Texans right now, 21-10. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We also have the Eagles. Who are the Eagles playing this week?
Redskins.
Washington. Yeah, that's right. Washington Commanders.
Monday night.
That's Monday Night Football. So that'll be on Monday Night Football. And
they're going to stomp the Skins.
Go Commanders.
I would like to see an upset, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, man, boy, that would be great. Oh, boy, hey, the Eagles fans, I hope they don't get upset on prime time. Boy, the internet, we're going to break the Cowboy fans should break the internet Monday night if Washington,
for real,
Heineke goes into Monday Night Football and knocks off the undefeated Eagles. So typical NFC East, is it not?
It would happen. And then what would happen, they would be like, everybody, you got beat by a Washington football team. And then the next day, the Eagles would just be saying straight up, that Washington football team was able to do what you Dallas cow turds couldn't do, and all these midgets.
I'll take it. Washington, I'll be, I hate to say it, but I mean, I love the NFC East, but eventually them Eagles gonna catch an L. They're not gonna be like no 72 Dolphins. I just don't think Hurts ain't that good.
Yeah, I think he's evolved faster than Dak did. But Dak also had some other things that he dealt with in order to make that sort of evolution slow down. But yeah, I don't think they're cracked up to be, and they could probably say the same thing about us if they wanted to. But who gives a shit? This is an Eagles podcast. As far as the Cowboys go, I've got nothing but faith. We got massive momentum moving forward. Our strength of schedule is good for us, and getting people healthy moving forward is much better than getting people injured moving forward. So I think it's a good recipe for success if we keep this culture pumping and those penalties down.
Amen. Penalties down. I like that. Well.
Yep. So we've covered the keys to victory. And as a reminder, if you're just tapping in, thank you, Bruno, for those 1,000 stars, 2,000 more stars. Top star giver here today is going to walk away with this Dallas Cowboys official scarf and gloves. So the next game you go to, it's getting cold out there in the frozen tundra. They're cold. So shout out to all of the boots on ground fans that are up there. Our guy Superman, NFL Fan of the Year for the Dallas Cowboys, is there. I placed the link in the comments. Make sure you go vote. You can vote multiple times. Let's get our guy. He's a retired Army veteran. Y'all know Superman. He's no stranger here to these Facebook streets with BDG and OAT. So make sure you go vote for him for NFL Fan of the Year. But we covered the keys to the game here. Like we said, stopping the run and also the officials. We know they're going to miss some calls. We know that Micah Parsons is essentially getting held on every play. He's just that dude. But we cannot focus our energy on that. And that's what I hate to see. And that's why I always say we've got to come in, especially if I'm Dan Quinn, if I'm Kellen Moore, if I'm Mike McCarthy, man, I'm telling my guys, look, don't worry about the referees. They're going to do what they're going to do. Take care of your job. And that's the discipline of this team identity that Mike McCarthy's alluded to beginning of the season, this grit, this discipline of being fundamentally sound. If they can be all those three things, we ain't got to really worry about the referees.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want the referees to just be like a tertiary problem that we have to deal with. We should be winning every other facet. And that way, if we get 2 or 3 bad calls from the refs, it does not impact the rest of the game for us.
Correct.
Just do well enough for that shit not to matter.
You win in the trenches. Now that I'm thinking about the trenches, we dominate that offensive line, and we got holes for Pollard, and we can sort of stuff that run under 100. BG, I hope I get back on later. We got them under 100. It's going to be tough because Aaron Jones and Dillard are 2 horses, but.
Yeah, I think under this weather condition, we're going to see a lot of running the damn ball, but what do we know? We could be wrong, so make sure you turn on your notifications before we get out of here. Like I said, my score predictions is 28-14. Dallas Cowboys giving the Cheeseheads their 6th L in a row. And like my man Dad said, BG going to be smoking on that cheese pack today. What's your score predictions before we get out of here today? Bob, what you got?
Man, I got 34-14 Cowboys.
34-14. Love it. What you got, Eric, before we get out of here?
32-10.
32-10. All right, you heard it from all the killer bees here today on the pregame show. Make sure you turn on your notifications. I'll be live for the halftime tap in, and then we'll also be live for the post-game show, win, lose, or tie. You know, these 3 Bs. We're going to go live, baby. So we're going to see y'all after the game on the post-game report. Make sure you get your stars in. And do me a favor, before you get out of here, throw your score predictions in for the game, even if you're a fan of the other 31, because we know you like to watch here too, especially those Eagles fans. They pulling for the Cheeseheads today. That's cool. Throw your score predictions in the comment below, and let's revisit this and see how accurate are we talking about what we think our Dallas Cowboys are going to do today in the frozen tundra. We'll see y'all on the post-game show after the game.
Go
Cowboys.